This video training is about what does the consumer want when it comes to communication around sales. It's very, very simple. It revolves around 5 key components or areas of focus that we will discuss in this video training. Here's the thing that you need to understand about consumers or that come to an optometric practice. Consumers want you to consult them and not sell to them. Your responsibility as an optometric practice is to provide advice, show support, and give honest analysis to them for them to be able to make an informed decision about what it is that they're buying from you. And so when you are communicating about the pair of spectacles that now has been recommended as the management solution for the patient, don't be so focused on pricing and the quotation. It's very, very important that you say, sir, the optometrist has prescribed to you a pair of spectacles with the following codes on them. And he or she has indicated that the problem that we are solving is as follows. Are you clear on that, sir? Yes, I'm clear on that. No, I'm not actually clear. What's this thing? Because they didn't listen to the optometrist. What's this coating all about? Oh, very simple, sir. Did you complain about light and glare? And do you sit long hours in front of a computer? Yes, I do. In actual fact, I'm spending 10, 14 hours in front of a computer every single day. On your cell phone, sir, do you also find that you're spending time a lot in front of your cell phone over and above the PC work? Yes, I do. And then driving at night. Do you find that it's a challenge for you driving at night? Yeah, sometimes. In actual fact, I try and avoid it because the lights are just very, very irritating and I just don't like it. And then during the day, when you're in your car during the day, do you find that with your previous pair of glasses, did they change when you were in the car? No, actually, and I thought that's going to happen because I spend a lot of time in the car as well, driving, but I've noticed that the glasses that I was having, they only change when I'm actually outdoors. And I was hoping that they would actually change when I'm driving. And you find that my sunglasses don't have a prescription in it, and I don't want my sunglasses to have a prescription in it. Because I've got contact lenses, but I don't always wear my contact lenses. So now it forces me to drive with these glasses and the tint doesn't change inside the car. And that for me, it's a problem because I was hoping that I would get something like that. So that's exactly what has been prescribed for you here. The coating, we've got different types of anti-reflective coatings. And based on the problem that you mentioned and the amount of PC related work, for you not to experience digital eye strain, this coating, it's a premium coating that will address all the glare and light problems that you're experiencing. And so this premium coating will benefit you in the following way because the clinical features of it are as follows. So in terms of a basic one, what you would have experienced with a basic coating will be the following. But because of your problem and the intensity of your problem, the premium product that we have recommended right now for you is going to be doing the following for you. And this is what you should expect to experience in your visual environment or in your working environment as a result of this coating. Now, the tint that we have put here as well, it's an upgrade to the one that you've always been using. And it's actually this one now. It's going to be the one that's changing within your car. And it's going to be changing also based on the light itself. So it's not just going to go dark in one way or light in another way. It's actually going to transition based on the environment in which you are in. And so that's why we've recommended this. And so one of the key things about this pair of glasses right now is that based on your prescription, this is how much more clearer and more comfortable your vision is going to be as a result of this new pair of spectacles. And so are you happy? Do you understand all of that? And look, your leisure activities, this pair of spectacles, it's more formal. In your environment, are you more formal in your working environment? Yes, I'm very, very much formal, but I do a lot of outside work activities as well, which I obviously need glasses for. So part of those outside work activities, do you cycle? Do you run a lot? Do you go to the gym a lot? And when you're at the gym, do you wear your glasses or you don't wear your glasses? I don't like wearing my glasses. Can you see clearly though? Because looking at this prescription, you're not seeing anything clearer within this distance. So at the gym, you would be struggling. And one of the things that people don't realize is that how you see influences your performance in a particular sporting environment. And so one of the things that we will then recommend for you is have a second pair of glasses. Obviously, you are aware of the specials that we have where it's a buy one, get one free. But on the free pair, a lot of people tend to make the mistake of not having the right lens features on the second pair of glasses. And they see it as a by the way type of frame because it was a special. But based on what you have complained about, sir, and the environment in which you need your adequate clear vision for, I would recommend that we put a coating on this thing. Best case scenario would be for us to put a premium coating on it. But because those environments are for shorter periods of time, how about then we put the next best option as a coating on your pair of glasses? And even as a tint, we won't put the tint that you're using 90% of the time. We can put the next best option. And so the upgrade from what you would have gotten from the free pair to what we would recommend for you right now is just X amount. You see how I'm doing? I'm just communicating with the patient, but I could even take it a step further by asking them questions to say, what do you think about this? If we would do this, do you think it will, if we would put this product or this coating, do you think you would actually enjoy your working environment much more? Yes, actually, I think, because, I've been wearing glasses for 8 years, and even with this coating that I always have, I just feel like there's still more that I'm supposed to be seeing, but I'm not seeing. And so, yes, let's go for it. It's going to cost me, but let's do it. So you have to consult them and not sell to them. That's how you approach a consumer. Consumers want you to listen to them and be able to adapt to their needs. Let's break it down for you. Patients are more concerned about their problem being solved, right? Whereas, remember, patient is that person that comes to your practice for the very first time. They have never had any visual problems before, and so they come into the practice and they want that problem to be solved. That's the most important priority for them. Whereas customers, that's someone that has already had glasses, whether it be 2 years ago, 3 years ago, but they've had a visual examination done and they got given a pair of spectacles or contact lenses. And so when they are coming now to your practice, they are focused on adequate management solutions that are affordable. Most probably what happened previously with a lot of customers is that when they were a patient for the first time, they could not afford to get the products that were recommended for them. So they ended up going with what they could afford, not necessarily going with what they actually needed. So when they come now the second time, very, very important that you ask them, what was their experience with the current pair of spectacles that they had received? And once you are clear on what is it that they experienced, you'll understand that, wait a minute, this person was frustrated about this, was frustrated about that, was not satisfied with that. And it gives you an opportunity then to upgrade them to the right products that they should have had the very first time. And now they come prepared, financially so, because they know that last time I wanted this tint, I couldn't get it. I wanted this coating, I couldn't get it. I wanted 2 pairs of glasses, I only got 1. And so now there's that upgrade opportunity that presents itself. The challenge with the customer though is that they most probably want all these things that they need at the price that is similar to what they paid for last time. And so it's very, very important that you are communicating value of the product, clinical features and benefits, how they're going to experience the product, what is going to be different from this product that you're recommending now compared to the previous product. Whereas the client, that's someone that has been with the practice for years. They've been coming at the practice for all their visual related needs. So they are driven by the relationship that exists between the practice and them. One thing though that is consistent and clear and important between all 3 types of consumers is excellent service delivery and experience that they require from the practice. And so there can be no compromise, none whatsoever, when it comes to service delivery that you need to deliver on for all different types of consumers. Let's continue. Consumers want you to understand their precise needs and manage that. And so once you know what their requirements are, once you know what their needs are, once you understand what is most valuable to them, you then put yourself in an advantage in that you are able then to know how do you exceed expectations in all different types of consumers. In our books, we mentioned that there are 9 defining characteristics of a patient, 9 defining characteristics of a customer, and 9 defining characteristics of a client. What do they require versus what is expected from the practice? And then once you have that understanding, you put yourself in an advantage of where can you exceed expectations. Once you can exceed expectations for the patient, the customer, and the client, you give yourself an opportunity to upgrade the current management solution that they have. And so it's very, very important that you are delivering beyond what is expected. Once you have done that, you then create opportunity for the practice to upgrade the management solution. So as an employee, always make sure that you are listening to understand what the needs of the consumer is and be able to manage those needs very well. Next, consumers want you to be real with them. Kindness, genuineness, and honesty, they bridge the gaps that might exist between you and the consumer, and they make communication around sales much more effective. So attitude is everything. Attitude is everything when it comes to communicating with the consumer. If your attitude is not right, if they cannot see authenticity, if they cannot see you being real, and it's all about building a trust relationship between yourself and them. Once that is established, it makes any form of discussions that takes place around sales much easier. And lastly, this is very, very important. Consumers cannot assess costs effectively, but one thing that they can do is to be able to determine the value of what they are purchasing. They look at the following: what will they be losing if they don't go with what you are recommending, versus what will they be gaining if they do go with what you are recommending. And so your job is to demonstrate that to them so that they can make the right decision for themselves. And so consumers are easy to get along with once you understand who the consumer is. What do they want? What do they need? How do they prefer to be communicated? What rubs them up the right way? What turns them off? Once you understand all of that and you function in the manner in which brings out the best out of them, it's easier then to communicate sales to that particular individual. And you will close deals with every single individual because you will know how to communicate effectively with each and every single type of consumer. And so always remember those tips that we have just given you. They want you to consult them and not sell to them. They want you to listen to them and be able to adapt to their individual needs. They want you to understand their precise needs and manage that. They want you to be real and honest with them, and always talk value when you're communicating with consumers.